From its earliest days, our nation has been a home for immigrants, a land where people have come from other places to build a better life for themselves and their children. For they knew that America was, and it still is, a place where people were judged for what they did and how they behaved, unlike many other places where a person's station in life depended on whether his or her family was rich or poor. From colonial times to pioneer days and beyond, even the poorest children in America could do wonderful things with their lives if they studied hard, worked hard, used a special talent or skill, or took a chance on going to new and unfamiliar places or doing new and different things. And it's still true. Abraham Lincoln, the 16th president of our country, is perhaps the best example of a person who came from humble beginnings yet achieved greatness. For he saved our nation and freed the slaves, and in doing so became a true American hero. Abraham Lincoln was born in 1809 in a log cabin in the state of Kentucky. At that time, trees, grasses, and other plant life covered much of the state, for the soil was rich there. Abraham's father, Thomas Lincoln, knew the soil was good for growing farm crops too, so he cleared the land and farmed. But Thomas had difficulty keeping his land in Kentucky. So when Abraham was 7, the Lincoln family moved to Indiana, where Abraham's father could buy land inexpensively from the government. Just as important, Abraham's father no longer wanted to live in Kentucky because it was a state that allowed white people to sell, buy, and own black slaves. In those days, many African Americans were slaves. They spent long hours picking cotton under the hot sun and did other hard labor. But they weren't paid for their work, and they couldn't come and go as they wished. They were treated very poorly in many other ways, too. The Lincolns, like many other pioneer families, lived a hard life also, but it was certainly better than a slave family's life. Young Abraham, for example, went to school, but only in the late fall and winter, when there were fewer chores to be done around the house and farm. He walked several miles to his one-room schoolhouse. Winter and fall were also times to read by the warm, cozy fireplace. Abraham loved to read and learn about new things. About 2 years after the Lincolns settled in Indiana, Abraham's mother became very sick and died. Abraham's father then married Sally Johnston. Sally's husband also had died and left her with 3 children. Sally and Abraham liked each other immediately. In time, she would learn that her new stepson was very smart, so she made certain that he went to school whenever possible.